Oh, you know what day it is. It's Friday, August 13th. That means it's Friday the 13th, and we're doing a spooky model today on SketchUp Live. It is Disney's Haunted Mansion. So get ready. Here's your host, your ghost host, Aaron Dietzen.
Welcome, foolish mortals, to the Haunted Mansion.
Awesome. Hey guys, it's Friday and everything seems to be working right now. So that's where we're at. This is a great start. Nothing has failed yet. So,
but hey, it's early.
That's right.
There's still plenty of time for that.
I am Aaron Dietzen. I am sometimes referred to as the SketchUp guy. I'm the guy who draws stuff on the screen this week. With me are my buddies Jody and Matt. Voices and sound effects for you all to enjoy.
I'm drawing on my screen too today.
Oh. Grease pencil or
with
dry
crayons.
erase marker? Yeah, so this is, well, I was going to call it an encore presentation. Nobody actually asked for it to come back, but it did. Last week we were going to do this model, the Haunted Mansion, because I thought it was a cool looking building and I was able to find a couple plans for it. Actually, I thought it was a cool building. Then I said I was going to do it. Then I was able to find plans. So that worked out well. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and model that. We tried last week, just ran into problems. It was one of those days where everything seems to go a little bit wrong. And
so it's already been asked. You want to elaborate on just what went wrong?
So I think, after we were done, I had to forcibly shut my computer all the way down and cold boot it, bring it back up. And as soon as I brought it back up, I had that iOS installing screen come up. And then it did the thing where I had to relog into iCloud and everything with it for a new version. And as soon as it finished and it came up, Adobe popped up immediately and said updating. So I think what happened was something happened where iOS downloaded and maybe partially installed or tried to start installing, tried to start a restart, and then got caught on Adobe trying to do the same. And I don't know, something happened that basically it just left my computer like running, the processors were just running at 100% for that entire half hour that I was trying to make stuff work. So even if I had known what the problem was, it would have taken it took like 30-40 minutes to shut down, let it reload, reinstall. So we made the right call. Plus, totally unintentional here, but by doing this, by postponing a week, we are doing the Haunted Mansion on Friday the 13th. Sorry, I got to high five the sound guy on the side for that one because we didn't plan on that.
Yeah, that just sounds like kismet. That sounds like this is the way it was supposed to happen all along.
It was the 999 haunts. They said, no, you're not doing this week. We're shutting you down. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. All right, so we did a whole bunch of talking, and yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna hop in here. We're gonna start doing this thing. So I will say just quick background on this. The reason that I had this building in my head was we talk a lot about watching shows on Disney Plus. We usually talk about things like The Mandalorian or the Marvel TV shows, but they do have other Disney stuff, and they have a Behind the Attractions series where they tell you the history of various theme rides at the Disney parks. And the first one I watched, because has always been one of my favorite rides, was the Haunted Mansion, which is kind of cool. So it's kind of where this came from, where the idea for this came from.
Nice. I haven't seen. Jody, have you seen that?
I have not.
It's worth checking out. They have like Jungle Cruise, Star Tours. I can't remember. It's like 5 or 6 shows. Space Mountain, that was one of them. It's really cool. Cool. Just the history behind some of those rides and what they went through to make them.
I'm always so bad about like watching these making of like anythings. I don't know. It feels like homework.
You don't actually have to do anything when it's done. You can just absorb a little bit.
I guess I misunderstood then. I thought it was like a do-it-yourself now.
No, they do not ask you to make the Haunted Mansion.
I guess I've watched too many YouTube videos where they're like, now shows how you did it.
Yeah, there you go. That's the problem. It's all context. It's all about context. Just like editing inside of a group in SketchUp. It's all about context.
Nice.
Yeah. Squeeze some learning in there, whether you like it or not. All right. So I have a couple of images. So over here, I'm just going to pull up a couple of these. I found 3. One of them is a PDF, which honestly, it's nice. It's clean and everything, but it is a drawing of the Haunted Mansion. These are not like anything, the plans that were originally created. So I kind of feel like this is cheating a little bit. It does have some nice, nice.
Is that a vector file, or
Definitely, yeah.
So you don't even you basically just go in and erase the junk out of the middle, and you're 2/3 of the way done.
That's how I heard importing DWGs into SketchUp always goes.
Yeah, yeah.
Import and you're done. Push pull, finished. So this is good. If I was worried about, I don't know. I got excited when I found on the other hand when I found these guys right here, because I believe these are from like the real plans. Like these are old, and I think some of them actually were like yellowed.
These are old, therefore
Yeah.
they must
See,
be
Disneyland Inc. I have a year on here somewhere, possibly.
probably allegedly.
Yeah, yeah. The heights here would be a little rough, but I like this because it's gives us a little more artistic leeway, and idea
it's
of working
vague enough. It's vague enough to let you fudge the numbers.
I get to do what I want. That's absolutely right. So, and it doesn't have these backsides, this side or this side on here, but those are actually the backsides of the attraction. So I don't even know if they're finished or not, but because you can't get to those sides. You don't see those when you're queuing up or anything like that. So I don't even know what's back there. So if we have time, maybe we'll make it up. Maybe we'll copy some windows around, something like that. But maybe we'll just make the south and the east elevations. But yeah, that's kind of the plan. I'm going to pull these images in. We are going to start doing some modeling.
I'll start looking for a 3D warehouse component of Ivy to have that climbing up the side.
Oh, nice. Yeah, somebody asked, said they're excited to come and see the trellis work. And I was like, we'll do something. I don't know if you guys have seen the trellis work. It's impressive. I mean, they got this whole, Louisiana bayou kind of look in that portion of the park, and it really is cool. I don't know if we'll go into full detail with that trellis. I mean, that's another one of those things. We talk about this a lot. We could probably just have a SketchUp Live where we go through and model that trellis work, because it's pretty cool. But we'll do something. Something will happen.
All right. It definitely is worth it if there's a lot of copying and pasting.
Yeah, true. All right, I'm going to import one of these. So I'm going to start with, I think the east was a little bit better looking. So I'm just going to go ahead and import this.
So is this the Disney World? I'm assuming this is one of the US versions. Is this the Disney World or the Disneyland version?
This is the original
and so it's
version.
the ones. So that one is different than the one that they built in Florida?
I believe so, because the impression that I got from watching the show, and again, that's all it was, just an impression, is that each of the land or different parks, when they build something, they'll give it a little bit of a twist. So if you go to the same park in 2 different spots, it's not like carbon copy the exact same. But I don't know for sure. I don't know 100%. I'm guessing a little bit there on that one.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to hold you to it, so
Good.
You're fine.
Okay, it looks like this is approximately feet tall. So we'll want to scale to that. All right, this might be where I've been talking about cheating, and here's how I figure I'm going to cheat. I'm going to open up this PDF. And pull some general dimensions off of here. to reference for some of these heights. So if I look at this, let's see, what's a clear dimension I got on both of these? Nothing is on both. I kind of wonder if these plans were made to like remake this piece on top, because look at all the details that are up here and then everything else is ignored. So I kind of wonder if these were like plans just for this section or something like that. I don't know. Anyhow, back to thinking about things. All right, so it looks like from the ground up to the top of this cornice right here is 11.5. So we're going to go with that dimension for this. So
It's very jarring whenever you tab over to the nice pristine PDF and then jump back over to this.
The lines aren't even straight. It's like the plans are haunted too.
Hey, that's a good point. Let's talk about getting straight lines. I'm going to go right here to this point, and I'm going to draw a line straight across. So you can see, like Matt said right now, this is a ways off. So that's something we'll want to fix. I don't really care about the edge of. In fact, they're not straight at all. In fact, I can actually see from here they kind of. This is a photocopy or a photo of the plan. So yeah, but hey, I love it because that just gives me more license to do whatever I want. So what I'm gonna do now is before I even scale, I'm just gonna try to get it kind of straight. So I'm gonna go click right here to the end where I drew that line with my rotate, and then I'll come down here. I will click on the top of this cornice line and drag that up till it snaps to the line I just drew. So that gives me at least that line is straight. So just to check now, let's draw a vertical line and see how far off of straight that is. Oh, that's pretty close. So that's not perfect. I mean, it's a haunted mansion. It's run down. So if something's not quite straight on the plans, you gotta let that go, right?
Yeah, it's a little creaky.
That's right. It's old. It's in stuff. And, you know, old things fall apart constantly.
Tell me about it. Oh, my back.
That's what Jody tells me. Okay, so I'm gonna come right here. I'm gonna draw a vertical line like that. So that is that ground plane up to the top of the cornice. That's that line I just drew. And then I'm gonna use that line to, I'm gonna actually group these together. So there we go. The group and the picture and the line are in a group. Make the group, go into that group, grab my tape measure, measure that line, and tell it to make that 11'5". Resize the group, yes. All right, and there we go. And that looks about right. If I grab Sumeli and put her right there, yeah, that's about the right size.
I buy it.
Cool. Good, because I'm selling. All right. So I have two images that I can pull dimensions and that sort of thing off of. Question is, how do I want to position that? We've done before, we've made kind of the reference image cage where we make images on each side and then we kind of pull, like go look at this side to draw something, then turn it and look this way to push pull. We'll probably do something like that. We only have two images, so it's actually a little bit easier, a little bit quicker. We'll go ahead and do that and try to get them scaled to about the same size. Just right from the beginning, I want to, because we're looking at, like I said, either photographed or photocopied pieces of paper, we're probably not there's going to be distortion. I'm not going to be able to get these models so that, this ground plane exactly aligns with where this line is on the other one, but it'll be close enough so that we can reference it. Not trying to get away with anything, just, when we work with these kinds of images, this is what we have to do. So I'm going to go File, Import the south elevation. And I'll just drop it right here. Same thing.
You couldn't find a north and a west elevation?
No, because like I said, I believe that the west elevation, I don't know if it's actually closed or finished or not. Because it is a theme park. These are working attractions.
Well, and there's also is it right next to another building?
Yeah, so it was actually kind of cool. This is something I learned on the show. is that why? I guess we're back here. You go into, so the line queues up and you go into this, and I don't want to ruin it for anybody who's been in there, but there's basically, you're in an elevator and you don't know it, and you actually
really?
drop down and go into a tunnel, and the actual bulk of the ride is in a cave like half a mile behind the actual this actual front end. It's pretty cool.
Oh, weird.
Yeah.
So it's like a TARDIS, a haunted TARDIS.
It is, because you don't think about. I mean, like all things that Disney just does such a good job with, you don't think about it while you're in it, right? You just get in there, you have fun, it's a good time, and then, but when you actually go, yeah, how can they? That's the other thing they do so well is they get people, they move people through these things, just at an insane amount of people come through and go on these rides, and they're just moving dozens of people through at a time. It's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's probably the thing that's most amazing to me is their ability to process thousands and thousands of people efficiently. It's like the Ford assembly line of entertainment.
Yeah, seriously. All right. Here we go.
Yeah, if they can process that many people, think about how many ghosts they can process through this too.
That's right.
I would imagine a lot more, just because ghosts they don't really take up much mass. Have much mass.
That's true.
Yeah, how many ghosts can occupy the same space at any time? Is it like infinite?
They say there's 999 in this building, so there's just a benchmark for y'all.
Interesting.
So not quite 1,000. Noted. Okay.
No, I think
Just shy of 1,000. So you're saying?
I think you're supposed to be the 1,000th ghost. I think that's the idea. Is that like
they're
the
going to
last
kill you?
one.
Is that a threat?
No, just Disney.
You will die.
Noted.
All right, so something like that. I'm not gonna mess it anymore. I think so. It is the core of this is a rectangle, right? And then 1, 2, 3 floors. So I think I want to kind of build it sort of like that, sort of like we have broken up here, where we'll start with one floor, bring it up. We'll have like this cornice going around, next floor, cornice, next floor, next cornice, roof. So I think we'll start that. We'll start just a rectangle, bring that up, and then start adding details. I want to say that some of this stuff looks like it repeats from floor to floor. You can see that, but it's hard to tell from the plans. Because it does look like the heights are different too. Because this one's 10'5", this one's 9'6", but we'll do something like that. So I'm going to come to a corner here. I'm going to pull that line. This is something I recently learned. I hit my right arrow key to snap to the red axis because of alliteration. That's right.
That reminds me of in high school, they built a new gym. Okay. So we got the old gym, we got the new gym. And then our colors were green and gold. And so they named both of the gyms, the green gym and the gold gym. And I thought like, oh, the new gym is the gold gym because it's like shiny and new and, polished. But then I had the argument with my friends and they're like, no. So we went to the office there, and asked the lady, and she just looked at me like I was the stupidest person in the world. She's like, gold? Old. And I was just like, oh, man.
You should have looked at her back like she was even dumber and then even said that. You're dumber than me or something like that.
But what about the shininess and the
yeah.
Guess not.
I mean, I could see green, green is new growth.
Yeah. That's right.
I would
Canopy, grass, freshly mown grass.
Yeah.
Mowed.
Mowed.
You like you mowed it. Like you moded it.
No.
Okay.
One of those.
All right. So I got this is my first floor. Hey, I know what I should do now.
Save.
Oh, I got a new one of these.
I mean,
oh,
save.
Wake me up and save me.
Nice.
There we
Yeah.
go.
the
That's what I
model's
needed.
asking for it.
I needed some evanescence to tell me to save.
I do have to say you missed some really good save impersonations by Nick. Nick was very good at the sort of
the
sad
classic
and
one.
lonely. Yeah.
Save.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God! It's like Aaron, or it's like Nick is back.
That can be our tribute.
There you
One
go.
per episode.
Yeah,
Pour
for
this one out for Nick.
those of you who did not catch that, Nick, our beloved intern, did move on this week. He had his last day. With
He's now
SketchUp.
he is now one of the 999 ghosts
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
of
Blended
SketchUp.
in.
Okay. So I'm going to draw a quick profile for this cornice. I like to look at this one better than here. So I'm just going to do something kind of like this. So we'll have this edge will come out round, and then 1, 2, 3 steps. We'll do something like that. So generally when I do this, I do try to make a working plane like this. Absolutely not a requirement, but this seems to be an easier way for me to do this. So that's why I do this.
Sure, it gives you a starting point, and then you can use SketchUp's inferencing to your advantage versus trying to like lock to
Right.
specific axes versus
Yeah.
So
Exactly. Grab that. Okay. So then, and I'm simplifying this. We could go round this out if I had better details or something like that, but I think that's pretty good. I don't like this. I'm gonna scale these back a little bit. I'm gonna scale to kind of deform that. Keep them all relative to each other that way. Make that step a little bigger. All right, that's good. Now I'm just going to grab this whole rectangle that I got here. I'm going to say Tools, Follow Me, and then just use that shape right there. And I'm going to close this up because I want this to be a solid shape, kind of representing the whole floor there. Like that. All right. I'll triple click, make that a group.
Clip.
All right, so now I have the first floor. That's going to happen a lot. We're going to get stuck behind these images. This is one of the downsides to working off of a reference image like this, or a reference cage, is they're always there and they're always ready to get in front of the camera. I am going to take both these while I'm thinking about it, and I'm going to go to my tags, and I'm going to add a ref tag and assign both of these to that tag so that I can quickly and easily just get rid of those anytime I want to do any cleanup. Easy. Okay. Righty.
somebody in the chat asked about is there a way to do simulation of design models in SketchUp? I don't know if they mean like animations or something, or
I don't know what
what do you
mean.
think that means?
I mean,
I'm not sure I understand the question.
I just make models for real. I don't simulate modeling. I just do it. So
Yeah, there you go.
I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about. So maybe.
Yeah, can you clarify?
Yeah. If we're talking about things like yeah, I don't know. I was trying to think of something that might mean. I don't know what that means.
Nice attempt to wing it.
I just realized that my trim there that goes all the way, it does actually go around these porches that come out. So I do have to get that modeled in first. So these go up first, and then we'll come back, and I still have this here. It just means taking this, which is kind of the outline, and extending it out a little bit. So to do that, couple ways I can do this here. I could try to just kind of pull rough dimensions from here. So I could say, how far is this over to here? Or I could actually take that line like this. I could go like this. I could go drop a line here, drag this over to, well, this should go to here. That's the house. And then, let's see. No, that goes back, I think. Woohoo! Oh, challenge accepted and regretted. Okay. Not 100% sure where this thing goes back. I think it comes all the way out to this. I think that goes.
So Sven's recommending that you make all of your images translucent, which he points out is just like a ghost, and that way you can see through it when you're spinning around.
That is kind of nice. That's not a bad idea.
Yeah, I like it. He also mentioned changing the color of the lines, and I feel like that's something that you've shown maybe in a previous skill builder. If you're drawing directly on a reference image to change your line color, that's just in styles, right?
Yeah, absolutely. That's a great one because if you're as you're drawing on like this, can't see that line. So a couple things. I can go to view face styles and turn on X-ray. That does make it a little bit easier to see those lines. But that was something, actually, I think Christina Enerot suggested that, going into styles, going to edit, edges, all the same, or change them to a different color. And then that's a little bit easier than working in X-ray. X-ray is not bad. A lot of people ask me why I don't work in X-ray more often. I don't dislike X-ray. Sometimes it gets me too much information because if I'm looking at the front of something, I want to see the front of it, and I don't get that if I'm in X-ray. The other thing is, it is more work for the computer. So right now, the computer, anytime you move something in SketchUp, SketchUp goes through and renders what goes on the screen. So it's not worried about those back lines right now, the back edges of my floor, because it can't see them, so it doesn't have to put them on the screen. As soon as I turn on X-ray, then it's got to do all those different levels of material. So it just becomes a little slow stuff down, can make things take a little bit longer. All right, so what I'm doing right now is I'm just tracing out the footprint of where this second floor comes out to. So come around this way. So that's the first part. That's this part right here sticking out. And that's going to come out this way. See, how far does this come out? It comes out to here. So I'm just going to draw a line right here, just a vertical line on the plan. And take this across, go right there, bring it back. That's what my... This back here. Oh, that's right there. Yeah, and then it has a separate section right here. This part comes out even further from that. Okay, so that looks pretty good. This, I think, so I'm confused about one part, and it is extremely hard to tell. Oh, no, it isn't. Okay, so yeah, one last thing I'm going to put here.
No takebacks.
I'm going to get these columns in here. Because this floor, I guess I don't really need the columns. I guess I could just find the center line. Looks like it's right here. And then right here. To take the floor out to. So as I come over here like this, hold down Shift and click to this line. And those come out. That floor is going to come out. I'm going to again just go off the kind of the center line of the column. And then that point's going to come out to here. That's going to come across to here.
Goodness, I just pulled up some actual images of the Haunted Mansion because I didn't remember the trellis stuff. And holy cow, there's a lot going on that trellis.
Yeah, there's a detail or two in there. All right, so I'm going to take that now. That is what's going to make up my floor. That is what I want my trim to surround. So I'm going to do one more, or follow me, this shape. And again, I'm just going to close it up. And that, there we go, is my whole floor. So I'll group that. Oop. Reverse the face of that floor. There you go.
So how often do you actually leverage the lock option for groups? Do you do that on a regular basis?
So I use lock primarily for when I use lock, it's usually a reference image that I'll lock. So if I'm in here like this, and I'm tracing stuff on top, and I'm doing this, and then like I want to move these right now, right? So if I come in here and I select wrong, like this was okay. This just selected the two squares. When I went like this, I can't see it, but I just selected these two squares and the image. If I come out here, I'll see the image is highlighted. So if I'm zoomed in like this and I move right now, uh-oh, bad things happen. So if I'm drawing on top of a reference image, I will lock it a lot. So I'll take it and lock it, but that's about the only time I really use it. Yeah. Interesting question. Where'd that come from?
My head. It's because since you're having everything being red, since you set the color to be red,
just kinda throw me off
I keep
there.
thinking it's locked.
That is an excellent point. I just picked a color that was going to stand out against black. I didn't think about the choice of that color. It's actually messing with my head. I think I'm going to have to set it back to black. Oh, there it's better. That was messing with me. All right. There's the second floor. The main floors are the same. Like I said, all three of these floors, the footprint is the same as far as I can tell. But, oh, maybe not. Maybe up at the top. Does this part come out? Oh, it does. Yeah, this part right here comes out.
So sometimes I watch you and I try and see what it is that changes your demeanor versus Tyson, the other video maker guy.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Tyson just doesn't talk to himself as much as you talk to yourself.
Well, I'm doing it for your benefit. I already know what I'm saying. I don't do that. When I'm
Thanks.
modeling by myself, I don't sit here and talk this much.
I don't believe that's true.
Oh, okay.
I think you're hedging now so that we are not onto your dirty little secret.
Okay, here's what's happening. Because I don't have, I'm missing one profile. This right here is actually a step backwards. So this actually steps back like that. This actually pushes back in. You can't see it because we don't have all three sides. So I'll fix that real quick. This is fun because it's fun. Yay, fixing things. No, but for real, this feels very realistic when this kind of stuff happens. So if I come in here, so I also don't really have the length that it's pushed in, so I'm just going to copy this side. Create a line like that.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, even if there's like extremely detailed plans, like just the nature of things, not all information can be on any one
Right.
plan or whatever, you know? So you're always going to be working off incomplete stuff, especially in this case where it's just like two sides of the building. So yeah, very real.
Very real.
Relatable, I hope, to people.
Thanks for keeping it real, Aaron.
I try to screw up just like in the real world, where I have been practicing screwing up for years and years and years. Okay, that's what happens.
Nice.
So
I don't want to like kind of stroke your ego, but I want you to know that it is very obvious that you are experienced at screwing up.
thanks. I've been practicing. There you go. All right, that is it. But it kinda, but it looks like the same thing happens here. See this? I think that might step back as well, because it does look like, Because we got like this little, see this little teeny roof coming back here?
Oh,
It's hard to tell, but this is a little tiny, almost flat roof coming back right there. And I think this right here on the third floor is a step back, and I think this maintains, but I don't know. It's really hard. It's insanely hard to tell on these things. I'm not gonna mess with it. We'll mess with that on the upper floor. All right, so
Well,
this
like you said,
floor,
all the different haunted mansions are different for different locations. So this
That's
is
true.
for
this is for-
Aaron Land or
this is
whatever
for
it is.
the one that we're making up. All right. So
so
again,
yeah, if there's anything that the Marvel Cinematic Universe has taught me, it's that there are an infinite number of alternate timelines or dimensions. So
that's right.
you know,
According to multiverse rules, I do what I want.
exactly.
All right, so I'm going to take this one now. I'm going to take that floor and copy it up. It's not the same. Well, maybe it is the same. Comes out there, comes out here. It comes out further here because I have the roof. Comes out same here. Oh, and then the roof comes out inside that. No, so this one's different. This one's going to come out. Yeah, so this guy, I'm going to take this like that, and I'm going to shove it right back here, and then get rid of lines, and get rid of lines. Because that's going to be a whole new roof that pops out right there. Over here, it looks like this roof right here just comes out. Maybe not that much difference. Just goes up here. Okay. Yeah, we'll make that work. This is why it's so important to have a full set of plans when you start into things like designing. Well, I mean, it's nice. It's not a requirement, but it is definitely nice. So I'm going to take this to whatever height that is. And then this section, it does look like either this part goes back a little ways or this comes out. It looks like these all align, so I'm guessing that this section right here, so from here over, is going to push back a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to trace a line over to where that line is. I'll just draw that over like this. And then I kind of feel like I get to be a little arbitrary here since we don't have this. I'm going to take it back like that much.
All right, I can see what's going on here.
That does a couple things. That sets the width for this right here. This roof is this wide. It comes out here. It also gives us this little teeny, like I said, there's this, they're almost flat. You can see right here. We'd actually check the slope here. I'm going to draw a line across like this.
So Kegi posted a good image over on the forum. It's sort of like a isometric view of the mansion.
It looks a lot smaller than I thought it was. I don't know why I thought it was.
Yeah, like that picture kind of looks like it's a
Like a miniature almost.
yeah, like it's just a scale model kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So that's less than a 1/12. It's almost like a 3/4 slope on this little roof here. Very, very small. Huh. It does.
On the other side of the plan, does it say roof slope on that? Is that for that little piece, or is that for
Oh, like right here?
like down underneath the 12 roof slope 6-inch? Is that what that's
Oh, yeah.
referring
So
to?
it
or
is
something
going
else?
up 6 inches all the way back to here, wherever back to here is.
Right.
So let's figure. Hey, that's opportunity to learn. All right. So so right here, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna just I'm gonna put a rectangle. Oh, that's weird. All right, so there's a rectangle. I'm gonna take this line and rotate it to 45 degrees. And now, if I take this line right here and I raise it up, I got a little roof right here. So what it's
Nice.
telling me is that this comes up 6 inches. So if I just grab this line and I pull it up, straight up 6, enter, that is that roof. And that's nice because that kind of gets me going on taking that roof potentially all the way around. Because that, it looks like it goes to right here too. Boy, see?
You can tell that from those
Right there.
plans.
Nice. Well,
The good eye.
got better eyes than me.
Well, it definitely goes here. I can see it right here. But it looks like
Mhm.
it does come out here too, because I got that line right there. So what I can do is grab that line, bring that right there. That means I can just pull this line over this way. Put this here. Oop, there's no line on the bottom. That's fine. So we're kind of pulling that around like that. Obviously, hard to tell exactly what's happening there. This may actually be where we fool around with this length right here, because if this is 45, if we pull that back real quick, I carry this through to here. That, oh, got scared. I got scared. All right. That means I could take these, run them straight over like this. This guy, take him back to there. Nope, that's not 45 anymore now. That.
That 45 is different than that other 45.
That's right. It's a different 45 degrees. So that would be where that would be if that was all even all the way around. Again, since I don't have this dimension because we don't have a plan for this side of it, that's kind of what we could go off of with the information we have. And then this section right here, what it looks like happens, well, this could be a couple different things. Let's do this. Pull this over like this. And then this is where that dormer rises up. That'll be the same thing over here. So I'm going to grab that face, option copy it right here. And just for right now, I'm just going to pull it out here. Something like the hat. All right, so that's that low roof. And then what we have here is something happens here. I'm going to line the ridge right in the middle of the span against these walls. I'm going to put a line like that for the height. And then I'll just take this point and then inference that like that. Okay, there we go. So we do have a little bit of a step like this. Put that way. Clear that. And then there's a lot of different ways to put this detail on to pull this out. What I'm going to do, I'm going to grab these two lines, option copy them, not all the way down, but almost like that. And I'm going to put a little bit of detail here on the end. So when I pull it back, it'll keep all of that. So what we got is like a little bit of a, it's not even square cut. It's actually that might be a follow me I could pull around instead. Yeah, here's what I'm going to do here. I'm just going to put a square cut on the end of this. Like that. Do the same thing over here. I could copy that with mirror, but I'm just going to, it's so quick. I'm just going to draw the lines real quick. You know, that's a funny thing when you watch people use SketchUp. Everybody does stuff differently. We've talked about that a lot. Just Tyson and I, how we both go about things in different ways. But anybody who uses it does stuff a little bit different. It's always interesting to see, you know, where people use shortcuts versus where they just start just drawing geometry. It's always kind of fun to, I don't know, it's like a psychological experiment. Like, what command hurt you and made you decide to do things?
Why do you just click?
Yeah.
So with this, you know, scary model or whatever, I was thinking it's sort of towards the end of summer, you know, almost. It seems like it's come and gone so quick. So I wonder for the chat, like, are you guys excited for fall, or maybe where you're at in the world, it's not going to be fall. Maybe it's going to be spring. I don't know. But I know there's a lot of like, you know, diehard fall people and diehard summer people, but I don't know.
In my experience, Michiganders really have a, there's a big fall thing with the Michigan folk because of the foliage and going up to the UP and going to all the apple mills, apple cider mills.
Yeah.
Let's go to the old mill, get some cider. Yeah.
That's not a Michigan accent, but
no, that was Mo from The Simpsons.
Oh, okay.
Sorry,
Nice.
I apologize. Keep going. Ignore that.
It does last a lot longer too. I feel like Colorado, like, you know, especially in the mountains, like they have the like 1 week where all the, you know, aspens change color, and then after that, it's like, well, you're done. Bare trees.
Yeah, that's where we're going. It's starting to feel like the mornings are starting to feel fall-like, which is what's interesting is like growing up in Oklahoma, when you would get to August, that was like the hot month of the summer. Whereas here, like my daughter commented, and I was just like, "You're crazy." But then as I thought about it, I realized that she's not actually crazy. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe you're crazy. That this is the beginning of this feels like fall. Like snow was just around the corner.
Yeah, I would agree with that if it weren't 97 2 days ago.
Well, yeah, there's that, right? It's still going to be hot in the middle of the day. That's still a thing.
Yeah, I think that's true because, like, I definitely feel like in the Midwest, fall was a full season. And here in Colorado, I feel like fall just kind of, it's like a transition. It's almost like a commercial from, like, you know, and now winter. Like we just kind of skip right through it. So maybe that is a regional thing.
Maybe it's an original thing.
Ooh, original?
I don't know. I'm just making it up.
Somebody asked about the Space Mouse there.
Space Mountain? Let's do that. Let's model that next time.
Yeah, the outside. Inside's the boring part. Yeah, Aaron uses a Space Mouse Enterprise from 3D Connection to control the camera in SketchUp. So just gives you the little fluid movement. It's not necessary or anything like that, but helps, for presentation, and especially as you model a lot more, you kind of, it helps you navigate better. You can kind of navigate while you're selecting different tools and stuff. So gives you an advantage speed wise, but also looks wise if you're doing presentations to clients, or in this case to the SketchUp YouTube community.
Nailed it. Wow. I
Nailed it.
don't have to do that anymore. Just hand that one over to Matt.
I need a drop that just says that.
Yeah. Seriously. I did actually, sometime in the next 2 weeks is a skill builder, a new skill builder talking about using a 3D mouse. So we've had the questions enough. We're putting it into skill builders also.
Updated for 2021.
Yeah, and more of a as I've used it more and more, I have some better ideas of what's good about it, what kind of mouse you should get, that kind of thing. But we talk about peripherals as well as just the software around here occasionally.
Mm-hmm. Are there other? I assume there's other companies besides 3D Connection who makes 3D mice, but I always only run into those ones. But are there other companies, do other options?
I went and looked at one point to see if I could find like another manufacturer. Not that I was thinking about, cheating or anything. I was just curious, just looking around. And I feel like there was one other company. It's maybe like a German company or something. And that was the only one I could find. And that didn't I couldn't actually find any of their products anywhere. It was just that they existed and they made 3D mice was about all I could find. So yeah, it was not a whole lot, of information there.
Yeah.
Hey, we got a visiting commenter here from Arizona.
Arizona. I've heard of that place before.
Yeah. No, Nick's chiming in, see if everything's working okay.
I forget, are we shunning him or are we celebrating that he came back? We were going to talk about this before the show and didn't. I don't know.
Oh, we didn't. We forgot to talk about it.
Celebrating.
Yay!
Yay!
We don't have a shunning sound effect.
Don't have a what? Oh, a shunning.
Shunning sound effect.
Mm.
What does it sound like? What does it sound like to just turn
I think
your
it's just
back
like
on
a door slamming shut.
How's it going, Nick? How'd the move go?
Did you find a car?
Yeah, he had a very busy last couple days here before he took off for college. Go find a car and a move.
Everything I hear about cars is like bonkers. Used cars and people trading in their cars for like way over.
I've heard a lot about these things called cars.
I haven't had a chance to check them out yet, but heard a lot of good things.
It's a fad.
I'll stick to my unicycle or whatever.
Well, I mean, Matt does live on Mackinac Island where they don't have cars, so
I'm just clomping around on my horses. Yeah. He took the truck, he says.
Okay.
it occurred to me after Nick was gone, because he was frantically trying to find a car to buy in 2 days. Why couldn't he just wait and buy a car once he got down there to the Sunshine State?
He's got to go to school,
what is that state called?
man. He's focused. School time. All right. Interject a little bit of 3D modeling into our 3D modeling live stream here real quick. So I kind of feel like that is good amount of detail for what we have in here right now. So I'm going to do a couple groups here. I grabbed a line, obviously.
So the way that this is, like the way that you've gone about creating this so far, I keep seeing a pagoda instead of.
Oh, because we don't have that. Let's put some columns in there then, shall we?
But it got me thinking. Could be a fun project. Is where you start mashing up two styles, like in Big Hero 6, San Francisco is
That could be fun.
is a kind of a mix of Japanese architecture. I don't know what it's mixed with. Balloons.
Yeah, there's some weird stuff going on over there. But that could be fun. That could be a lot of fun. All right. So I'm also noticing, like we have this step right here, which actually this needs to come out to about here, and then the roof needs to follow. We actually have a step like that here also. So where this is, this does step out further than down here. So if I look at this, so this line right here, right, that's what I got. But this should actually be back to about here. So it looks like it actually steps out underneath this a little bit bigger. So I'm going to come into this floor. I'm going to grab all of this. I'm going to push it back to that line. Come into this roof too. Grab all of this. Push it back. Oh, didn't go in deep enough. There we go. All of that. Move that. Right. Red R right there. Okay, so that's where that should go. And then underneath this piece right here, it'll actually step out a little further, which does kind of mess with this, but I can come back and this is easy enough to fix because I can grab that and that, scoot those pieces back here. All right, and then what we'll want to do now is both sides. What we want to do is have this roof right here step out at this point and then come around like that. So this is actually this is not easy. This is not a quick and easy thing, but it can be done. So I could go back, get rid of everything, create a profile and retrace where it should have stepped out. But I'm going to try manually breaking it. So I'm going to grab the lines from the break on that side, put them right there. These are extra lines. I'm going to do the same thing over here. I'm going to grab these lines, option copy those to where it will break right here. Okay. And now what I want to do is I want to pull this top one out to this point right here. The next one's going to come out the same relative distance. So if I just double click, it should go to the same spot. And I can work my way down to just trace that out like that.
Ooh.
Thank you. All right. Now
I like how you give us a little preview of what you're about to throw into the audio, Matt.
ooh.
Yeah, I'll give you a primer of everything.
Get ready to ooh, everybody. So to take this down below, there's a couple ways I could do this. I think the easiest might be to grab these lines and these lines. Command C to copy it. I'll come down here and V and then grab these and drop them right on there. Since they're the same top and bottom, that'll break in the same spot. And since I haven't push pulled since the last time I did that, I should be able to come in here and just double click each of these again to have them all step out the same amount. Now that all lines up like that.
I didn't know that it saved the push-pull distance when you switch tools. I thought you had to still be in push-pull for it to remember it.
No, we got the good stuff here.
Nothing but the best.
You're the best. Okay.
More singing. Let's turn this into a singing stream. That's what I like.
Have you guys seen that?
Aaron's,
Like, artists and stuff who will sit there and sing while they draw or whatever. I don't. That doesn't work for me.
Musical artists? I mean, I guess technically,
No,
by
like
definition.
dudes sitting there painting or whatever, singing themselves.
Really?
Okay.
No, like the entire song, or like I can see like singing along to the song a little bit here and there, but you're saying like
A little bit of like I've seen some artist streams where it's basically like painting karaoke or something, and
hey,
I don't know. I don't know how I feel about
I
all
don't
that.
love it.
yeah, like pick one.
Yeah.
Jeez, come on.
That's what it is. It's all jealousy, basically. That's really the thing. Like, oh,
That's right.
if only I had the
To show
ability
off
to
everything.
multitask like that. Click, double click, double click. All right, we're getting there. It's coming together. But actually, it's not. Okay, undo, 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 undo.
Yeah, could you tell what that was or no?
I enjoyed it, but I didn't know what was
Okay,
said.
here, one more time.
Wasn't that Frankenstein saying he's alive?
Yes.
Ah, nice.
Yeah.
I like that.
It's horror related because it's a ghost. It's a haunted mansion.
That's right.
So
Yeah.
I hear you. I hear you.
All right. I am realizing that. All right, let me check something here. So there's the bottom from here to here. 20'8". Well, let's go out to out. Hold on. Go from here to here. 22'2" roughly. Okay, so they're not the same size. Whew. Okay. Thought I was thought things were happening there that weren't supposed to be happening. All right, so I'm gonna
But in fact, nothing happened.
peek. Something happened. Oops. I grab this. Okay, so it's good, fairly good where it is, but it does need to come in a couple inches on either side. So I think since I'm not too worried about maintaining the slope right here, I think what I can do is grab all these dimensions right here. Yeah, I should be able to shrink it in like that. So if I grab, here's one end. I'll just do one end. And then if I come across like this. All right, so now what I'm going to do is draw a line like that. Take that line, flip it around like that, and then grab these lines here, do the same thing, go over there. And then the final thing I'll do then is grab all of these lines, which make the ridges, and I can move those vertically so they align with at that point. See how that looks. That looks weird.
kind of looks like a book.
Yeah.
Book face down.
So
There you go.
try to fix that. Make that look.
That would go well on a library, maybe, but not on a haunted house.
We have a haunted library.
Haunted
would
library?
Work, but... Hey,
Oh.
this is it's run down and haunted and stuff. Remember? Yeah, that was probably not the ideal way to do that. I probably what I could have done there is taken that profile and then reused it, but this will work for right now. All right, so again, I'm going to come in here, just clean up this piece right here. Take that over to there. Grab these lines right here. Option, move them over to here. And then now we'll pull this out. Click, double click, double click. Erase, erase. Erase. What if I could get some tool on my computer that just says the name of things every time I click? That'd be kind of fun.
That'd be pretty dope.
Or terribly annoying, one of the two.
Hey,
Then
that's
you
the
wouldn't
nice
have to
thing
talk
about
so
you.
much.
Yeah.
If you didn't want to give us a commentary, you could just have it.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. I'll look into it. I get it.
It is possible through the API. Haven't people done like sound effects when you select different tools and stuff? So you could run through it.
Awesome. All right, that's about as much as I want to mess with the roof. I think we got something. Something exists. All right, I want to come in here and get this post and beam stuff going on. I'm gonna come back to trellises. So right now I'm just gonna focus on getting these posts and beams around here. That's gonna be my focus right now. 1, 2. So we're gonna put one here. And then, actually, maybe I should have used that. I'm gonna come in here and I'm gonna do an offset of like 2 inches. And I'm not gonna actually use that, but I'm gonna use that as a reference spot to put my posts. So my square posts look like they are about 9 inches. Sure, 9 inches. So I'm gonna say 9 by 9. Pull that down to here. I'm going to make that a component. I'm going to call that first floor post. All right. And now, so that's this guy right here. Looks like we have one at this corner, obviously. So here, I'll just grab this. Option copy it to here. And I assume we'll have one like here. So we got going on right there. And then we have one, let's see. 4'9" over? Let's see. Copy one. See what that looks like. Yeah, okay. That's that, then that. Then the next. I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna grab both of these and copy them straight up in the air, directly above where they're already at. Now I can kind of get a vantage point to look up here. So I have big round column, big round column, big round column, big round column. And then, okay, yes, post, post, post. Okay, yes, everything's good, everything's cool. My columns here, my big columns go all the way up from the floor up to the top. That's this guy right here. So then I'm gonna take this one, and we'll see. I'll just maintain the spacing the same here, and we'll see how that works out over there in the end. Okay, over here for this guy, I'm having a hard time keeping track of what's where my breaks are in this thing. So I have, like I should actually have one more. So I'm gonna put one in the middle. I'm just gonna use the spacing, put that centered, that line. Definitely not. That's not it. All right. Try to put in the center of that. It's closer. And then in the front here, all right, I'm going to figure out where the center is. And then I have a gap between posts that's like, say 8 feet. All right, so I'm going to go grab this line. 4 foot. Nope, 4 foot. 8 foot. All right, and then I will take this one here. One here. Okay, there's our front door columns, and then there is Yep. All right. Grab this one. Assuming there's going to be one on the inside here. Of course, they're covered up in both of these we have, but I will take this one. Put it right. I have some lines I got to clean up here. Then how many do we have here? We have 2 here. So I'm going to go draw a line like this. Divide it into 3.
A couple of people in the chat saying they live in haunted houses or that they're in haunted houses, and I'm like, oh gosh,
That
it's pretty
didn't sound like
spooky.
a good time. I don't know.
Anthony says, I think I heard my past grandmother walking yesterday. Ooh.
Like, wait, like
Oh.
your grandmother walked past? Or like passed on grandmother? I wasn't paying attention.
Scroll back. I need to scroll back up.
I think passed on.
Okay, that's scary.
No longer with us.
Grandma walking past. That's, well, I guess it depends on the grandma. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's spooky. I've never I've like taken tours of places, but I've never like stayed in a place that's been, haunted before. Have you guys?
Well, you were just
No.
in South Carolina, and I think when we were down there, we took a like a haunted tour thing.
Yeah, they definitely have a
They got
lot of.
some
I think it's
history.
just because they have a lot of history, so it's like, oh yeah, they have a lot of ghosts too, I guess.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
Yeah, but yeah, a lot of incredibly old tombstones and stuff like that. Just walking around Charleston, you run into a lot of old stuff.
All right.
Yeah, I'm not completely convinced I believe in haunted houses.
Well, you've never been to Disneyland?
Which makes me, I mean, I've been to that haunted house, but I also saw the tech of how it worked. The elevator trying to trick me.
Yeah, I was.
It's all smoke and mirrors and elevators.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Those tricky elevators. That's what gets you.
I like the idea of it. Like, I want to go to the Stanley here in.
Mhm.
I've stayed in the Stanley before.
In like one of the haunted rooms?
I don't know. I mean, I didn't see anything, but place is
Mhm.
just creepy as anything. I mean,
Yeah, I've just been there before for like to get a drink at the bar, but yeah, it's weird for sure.
yeah.
But then also they shot Dumb and Dumber there, so I'm like, can it be that creepy?
Or is it just dumb? I don't know.
Yeah.
Little column A, little column B.
Yeah, why not both?
Yeah. Don't pigeonhole yourself. Hotel. So what I'm doing here for these beams is, rather than drawing them over and over and over again, I created one component and I'm just stretching the outside. So just kind of taking it and deforming the container. So it is all the same component, but it is just getting stretched out as need be. One of the things I do a lot of, because it's so easy with the 3D mouse, I think it's a little tougher when you're just using Orbit, is work upside down like this. The 3D mouse really does not care what's up and what's down, so it makes it pretty easy to do this.
It's like Bezos using this in space because he's, can't tell what's up and down, so he's orbiting all around.
That's right.
Perhaps. We may never know, but we might know. We can conjecture.
We might know right now.
Is he there now? I don't know. I don't have his schedule
I think
on mine. So
he wouldn't. I don't think he was in space for very long.
No, just a couple minutes.
Suborbital flight, isn't that actually what it is?
Yeah.
I don't
I
know.
mean, I guess it depends on what your definition of outer space is or space or whatever.
Well, didn't
Well, I definitely.
what's his name? The Virgin Atlantic guy, didn't he do the same tour?
His was slightly different because he was basically on his, suborbital plane,
Oh, okay.
whereas Bezos took a rocket straight up.
Yeah, so can we talk about design real quick?
It was
In rocket
or lack thereof.
designs, there's shapes you can use that don't necessarily. I don't care for the design
Yeah.
of
I don't think that
Bezos'
they
rocket.
really. Yeah, I mean, I think it was very appropriate of the sort of the.
Without getting your personal opinion involved, what you're saying?
Yeah, no, I've got all kinds of personal opinions.
Oh, yeah.
That I'll try and keep out of this.
That's right. Yeah, but anyhow, good for him. Good deal. All right, so I have all of these pieces. I'm going to grab them all, and not this piece. So just my columns and beams. I'm going to grab those, make them a group.
So,
Mhm.
so back whenever making columns in buildings was kind of a thing, do you think they called the people who designed them and built them columnists?
So now I'm going to take these columns.
No, wait, you didn't answer my question.
Oh, sorry, I was busy not doing that.
We'll leave that up to the chat.
I was smack in the middle of ignoring you.
I'm going to grab these and I'm going to scale them vertically because I just want to make them a little bit taller. So I'm going to hide everything while I grab the handle, then turn it back on so I can use a snap point. Boom. Okay.
And that's hide rest of model that
Hide
you have
rest
in
of
a
model.
keyboard shortcut, right?
Edit component. Yep. That is the one. Oof, it's coming together, guys. It is coming together. I think I'm going to do this real quick. I'm going to come in here and grab just this surface in Command C, come out, edit, paste in place, and move that vertically to under there, and then just give myself a little foundation to work on here. Oops, did I not? What?
Did you not?
What? Why are these columns floating like this? Ugh, come on, man. I gotta talk to my concrete guy. I gotta talk to my columnist.
See, you were listening. You thought you were going to act like you're ignoring me.
Oh, stupid. Because
Components.
these are components. Yeah. All right, so I gotta come grab all these components right here. Grab them all. Right click. Make unique. That way I can come into here. Grab all these. Scale. And then put them back where they're supposed to be, right here. Where were we on that one, smart guy? Okay. It's coming together, you guys. Look at this. This is definitely starting to look like the thing that we're supposed to be making. All right. Big column time. All right, I feel like...
PCT.
Oh, probably. You know what actually I should do first before I make the column?
Save. A fine save.
Yes.
Nice.
Nailed it. All right.
Also, somebody asked if they could share links in the chat. Usually we say to people to post links in the column thread or the forum thread. We're talking so much columns. I just use column for everything. But the link to the forum thread is in the description. But you can also try to share a link in the YouTube chat too. If it doesn't get gobbled up by YouTube's filter thing.
The filter.
I'm just going to use some offsetting. I'm channeling my inner Tyson here. And putting in a quick column base there, and then we'll do the same thing here. Offset. Actually, I need a little more. Need a little more here. Just a little more, a little flare. There we go. All right. That should work. Grab that and make that a component. Big column. All right, I'm gonna take
Looking
my big
good.
column now. See how well this just lines up like that. Not correct. Okay. I think that's good. And the heights of these I will adjust too. I just kind of drew it a little bit arbitrary. You know, again, I don't know all there is to know about architecture, but try to match the idea of like they always have these columns always. It's okay. Honestly, okay, hold on. Let me. This always got me like columns like all the way back. Like you look at Greek columns, whatever, Roman columns, they always kind of stick out and the thing's always on there. I get this probably for design and because this is like, it's a thin, weak part, so you don't want to put load on it. So you want the load to actually line up with the center of the column. But it always bugged me. And here's the thing that got me about it. I'm like, it's gonna like dust and stuff's gonna get stuck up there. Like, how are you gonna clean the top of that column? Nobody cares. Nobody thinks about that.
Yeah, why not tuck that column in?
Nobody's ever up there.
Well, but we know it's there.
And now we have drones. People can just take their drones up. I guess that would kind of, if they get close enough, it might clean it off too a little.
That's true.
Like a
drone
leaf blower.
cleaning. Ooh.
Yeah.
I think that could be a business right there.
A business model.
We use our drones to clean your dusty columns. Can't lose. Can't lose. All right. So I'm sure there's a canon or a way that you're supposed to align these, but I'm going to do this. And I'm going to adjust my layout to that. Okay. Looks good. Grab that column. Going to option copy it over to here and divide by 3. So give me all of my columns. Cool. And I'm going to fix up this floor right now too. So, well, I'll come in here first. I'm going to go pull this up to here. And then I'm going to come in here, pull this out to here. Since this whole floor is kind of made up, I'm just going to align it to wherever I want to have it. Oops. Wow. That was a mess. Okay. You guys all got to go away real quick. Put that first one like up in the roof edge there instead of okay. Let's try that again. Option, copy, boom, divide by 3. All right, and now
somebody in the chat was also asking why you'd use components versus groups. I think in reference to the columns, but just in general too.
why would I use groups instead of components?
Or sorry, components instead of groups. Just your thought process or why. Maybe you can touch on that a little bit.
Yeah, generally, if I use components, there's one of two reasons. One is because I want to track it for some reason. So that, like, so say I want to make a materials list, definitely want to use components for that. If it's going to be a repeating thing where it's possible to come back and change the geometry like I just did for the columns, that's the other reason I would use that. So ballpark reason, or something along those lines.
Yeah, good call out. And he was also had a question, or not really a question, but pointing out how when you edit the component, all the other component instances are still showing. And you can choose to either hide similar components, right? Or just hide when you do edit the component.
Right.
So you can change that if you want. But yeah, when you edit a group with hiding rest of model, then it's different than that. I don't know.
That's correct.
So there's that.
There is that.
Also, people in the chat, I don't know if you want to make this change or not. It's all, of course, your personal haunted mansion.
I did it wrong. What is it?
It's not a huge thing, but the columns on the front, the bases are square, not circular.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That sounds like an easy enough fix. And because it is a component, watch this. Let's do this. Let's turn this upside down. We'll go.
So many ways to make a square.
I know. I was trying to think of a kind of a fun, abstract, weird way to do it, and that's what came to mind. Boom! It is now a square. That's actually kind of fun. We did a video a while back where we it was like 3 ways to draw a pyramid, and after we posted it, we had people on the forum going, "What about this way? What about this way?" And we ended up doing a second video showing 3 more ways to make a pyramid, it was kind of cool. That was fun.
So did you work out the math of how many possible ways there are?
Well, I think I came up with 6 or 7, but like I said, I had help.
That's good. It's good to have help.
It is.
Takes a village.
It does.
I use my pyramid extension whenever I have to do pyramids.
That's a good idea.
Nice.
All right. Let's head up top. Let's throw this roof on here. So here's kind of what I want to do. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the footprint of the floor below, copy it, come out here, edit, paste in place. Now, what I'm going to do here is I want to have a little space that I can draw a profile, not only for this little trim that pops out here. So this thing right here, maybe I'll just come over here, and then I know we got lots more curves, and I believe the term for them is whoop-de-doos that I'm adding, but I'm going to keep this kind of simple.
So why are these whoop-de-doos and not wait, what's that word? Greeblies?
Because it's not a spaceship.
Okay. I was wondering. It sounded like Greebly was definitely more of a sci-fi technical term.
That's what I understood. So, yeah,
that's fair.
Yeah, I wonder if like the horror, prop designers have different words for those. What is like I don't know, bloody wound or something? What's like a repeating thing that would happen in a lot of ghostly apparition?
Cobwebs.
No.
Cobwebs are all over the place.
Yeah,
that's true.
Webblies.
Ooh, nice.
I don't dislike that. All right, so what I'm looking for, what I want to create is a shape that's going to do a couple things. One is it is going to give me my little cornice here on the edge, but it's also going to give me this low slope roof that's happening up here. I'm trying to just do it all at once. And then if all goes well, I can drop this little guy right in the middle of it. I don't know if it's going to work. Let's try. Hey, we should save before that.
Shade.
Nah,
That's
follow
the
me.
stuff.
Let's see how it goes.
That's the stuff.
All right. It's going to work. Oh, that's going to work. All right. So when we get to this point,
That's neat.
there's a couple things we can do. So you can come in and grab all of this and say intersect with selection. It's going to give you the cut points so we can get rid of. What we want is like this piece sloping up to this piece, and then this chunk up here and this chunk up here get deleted. We can do intersect to get rid of that. The downside of doing just straight up intersect is that's also going to give me a cut line here I got to come clean up. So here's my tip for this. You do that. We got the planes in. Now I'm going to come to where this ridge starts. So where this little hip is right here. And I'm just going to trace the ridge line with a line. Watch, I'm going to go like this. I'm going to come up to here. Come along here. Come along here. Come along here. Whoop, up. Here. So a couple extra clicks as opposed to saying intersect with everything, but watch, cleanup is much quicker because now I can just go along here, delete each of these sections where it shoots up too high. I did too much. Something got uncut there. That was odd. Really want to get rid of that side first. Okay. Nope, it went away again. Okay, I'll come back and fix that up in a second. Oop, that's the ridge line. There we go. So at that point, now I got the ridge line going up all the way around. And something doesn't want to close here. This is interesting. Let's just force it. Stitch this thing. Wonder why that is. I don't know. But there was a time where I would spend a bunch of time chasing that down. I'm just going to hit shift and hide those lines real quick and get my roof back. Something's just slightly off on that. I don't know what it is, but I don't want to spend our time together hunting on that. So
No problem.
that's right. All right. So keeping going here. We do have like this another trellis here. We got a chimney here, and then we got this thing, which I believe is a 6-sided cupola. Is that the right term? Cupola? Cupola?
Six-sided what?
What?
Oh,
Thing. Bell
a
tower.
cupola?
Yeah, cupola.
Yeah.
Cupola. Cupola.
Oh.
Not like we're going to put a couple of these on here. We're only going to put one. Thank you very much. I'll be here all night.
Oh. I think it's almost time for me to go.
Okie dokie. So let's do this thing. I think what I'll do is try and take advantage of the geometry I have here. I'm going to go grab a polygon. We're going to have it 6-sided. We're going to make it flat like this. I'm going to come to where about the center and then pull one out like that. That's the bottom section. Pull one out to about there. This one I will pull down. We'll pull it down to this height. And I'll pull it up here. And then like that. Yeah, so something like that. grab all that, make that a group. So I know I have it aligned this direction. So what I can do now is I can come over here to where the center here is. And again, I just want to put a line in so I have an easy reference point. Because what I can do is I can grab it by the edge here, start pulling this way, shift, use that point right there, and now that's in the center. Just come in here, get rid of this and that little point. And actually, no, if I hit Command S, or no, Shift S, I should be able to run Solid Inspector on this. Get rid of all the interior geometry and whatever. Now it's just the outside. The reason I was doing that is I want to put the roof on here, and the easiest way to do that roof is going to be to grab this point right here, move it vertically to that point right there.
Nice.
Thanks. All right. So again, we don't have the detail, but we're still doing the massing. We're getting the geometry in here. So this is most of it. The last two things are going to be these two chimneys. They look like they are the same. Or is it 4 chimneys? I think it's 4. I think it's 2 here. Yeah, it's four chimneys. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to come over here. About find where the middle is.
Nice joint if they got 4 different fireplaces. Oh boy.
Yeah. That's a lot of ghosts to keep warm, you know, in the winter.
True.
Well, and ghosts are always so cold anyway.
Yeah, they're
They are.
chilly.
Never love a ghost. It's just cold. Awesome. All right, and I'm going to take this vertically. Again, I'm going to use this as just the base of what the roof is. And then take that shape and what I really need now is this length right here. Okay. I'm going to make this a group. I'm making a group so I can come in here and hide everything else. All right. And now what I want to do. There we go. I'm going to take that, put it right in the middle of that. And I can grab this, tools, follow me, go. And now, I know I have it lined up here, so I'm going to take it. There's an example of messing. I almost copied the picture behind rather than, because I didn't have that locked that we're talking about. Grab both of them. And I need to get a line here. Again, just to snap to makes it a little bit easier. Sometimes you can kind of hover your cursor over where you're trying to go and get there, but I always find it's easier to actually have a point. So I'd rather spend the seconds it takes to draw a line to snap to like this, rather than have to mess around with, you know, trying to inference on something halfway across the screen. All right, I think that is, we have just modeled the basic geometry of the Haunted Mansion. Command S. Nope, that was, I don't know what I just hit. I just showed hidden. There we go. Save. Save's what I was looking for. Awesome.
Nice.
Wow. It's looking like a real thing.
It does look like a real thing. So at this point right here is where if we wanted to like put photo images on or something like that, we could do that at this point. Actually, if I was a new photo image, I probably wouldn't mess with like the detail on here or anything, but there you go. So from here, we gotta decide what is it? Been at this for an hour and a half or so. I kind of feel like I want to get some just generic doors and windows in here because I feel like it deserves that. And then maybe we'll do some basic trellis shapes and just kind of throw them in there because that's really the thing that sells this as the Haunted Mansion, I think.
I thought it was the ghosts.
Well, that definitely helps.
The nice thing is you don't really have to model those because you can't see them anyway.
That's true. They're invisible right
This
now.
literally has 999 ghosts.
Yeah.
Prove me wrong.
Done. Hot modeling. That's the way we do it. All right. So I'm going to model a quick window that I'm just going to use for all these windows all the way around. Here's a nice clean look at one. So I'm just going to go something like this. I'm going to pull it out just ever so slightly. Offset that in. Offset that slightly here. And then to get those panes, I'm just going to draw that. Divide this. Draw a line down. Draw a line down. And then we do an offset again. Another offset. Like that. Double click, double click, double click, double click, double click, double click, double click. That's going to give me this. So I'll grab that shape, option copy to here. Probably could have. I don't know why that happened. I'm not going to mess with it. All right, so just to give myself, again, texture and shape, we always talk about this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take these windows and push them through to like half of what this is. Because I want to make these so I can just drop them on the surface real quick. So I'm just going to take all the windows, push them back that far. And then I will take this one, go back like that far. These are precision measurements when I say like that far. All right, and then I'm gonna put this shutter over here, make the exact same size as the window. I will pull that out about halfway. I will offset that. Go in the middle here. And then we'll go. And then, all right, and then take this shape right here, option copy that. Whoa, oh, Crazy Town.
Whoa.
Theme ride.
That was exciting.
Not
Oh,
really
sorry.
the right whoa. Yeah.
All right, and then I'll pull this out to this height. These guys will go, whoop. These guys will go up to this height. There's the shutters. And then I'm going to do half of this. Whoops. Always stay on surface.
Got some call outs in the chat. I got Fam Civil Engineer here.
Hey,
Transom showed up too. So
guys. Thanks for coming back. We're pretty sure you guys all just wrote us off after last week. Technical problems? This day and age?
I'm not here for these amateurs.
That's right.
unforgivable. Just
Seriously.
unforgivable.
Garbage. All right. And then very similar up top.
Fam says too many videos on SketchUp channel in the last month. Just been cranking them out.
It's like you didn't have anything else to do.
Has been SketchUp summer with the podcast, with the fireside chat,
It
on
has
top of
been
all
a
the other
very,
stuff.
yeah.
That was supposed to be like hot girl summer or whatever, but it turned out to be like SketchUp summer.
Well, SketchUp is like a hot girl, I guess. I'm not
I
quite sure.
don't
if
know.
that's
I've seen
supposed
that
to be-
guy on their videos. I don't think I'd call him that.
No, that's true. Whew. Get me started on that guy.
Wait. All right.
Keggy asks if you have a special ruler that has your particular measurements on it. That much. Shrinky dinks a little bit here and there.
I do have
Thereabouts.
a measuring spoon in my kitchen that has just a pinch and a smidge. So
Nice.
that's close, but totally unrelated. But yeah.
What about a skosh?
Don't have one of those. That's you can pick those up in Michigan though. Sounds
Yeah, got a bunch of scotches out here.
Michiganian. All right, I'm gonna because these walls are different heights. I'm gonna use the top height. Wait, should I have used the bottom height? I did that wrong. I did do that wrong. Hold on. Move. Let's see if it works from the bottom. It might be too high.
Sven's asking for music. I do have one music track that matches the spookiness of the model today, so I'll play just a little bit of it here for you. Let's skip to the good parts. And it goes on like that, you know.
Etc. 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 Gotcha. I like it. I like that. I like that themed music. I feel it felt spooky.
It's kind of what you've always been wanting. Like since you're a kid, you're just constantly wanting your own like a soundtrack to go with your life.
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense.
If I could have like a ghoulish waltz following me around at all times, that's what I would be. That's what I think of myself when I like walk down the street. It's like,
Nice.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun.
yeah.
Awesome. All right, I'm gonna grab one of these real quick. I'm gonna slap it. Oh, oi, oi! There's my point. I want to slap it too, right there. So this upper window. This is just a group, right? Okay. This upper window is smaller, so it actually only has one window pane, so I'll just get rid of this. Meow. And then pull this out to here, get rid of that. And then I guess I'll take all of this and move that vertically down. Something like that. I don't know. Making these details up a little bit. Okay. Then I can take this up to That, and then I can grab, if I can like get this straight on, I can actually just grab just that geometry and scale it vertically. Oh, grab the wrong one.
Precision selection right there.
Again, not to overhype the Space Mouse, but it does make it pretty easy to do that kind of stuff. All right, let's see if this now will fit. Oh, it needs to go higher though. I made that lower. Oh, look at this. What's going on here?
Hey.
Why'd you do that?
Why aren't you in a group?
there-
What are you doing?
Was that a design choice or?
It's an open air thing, and so the gables don't get too thingy.
Okay, nice. Nice.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's the ticket. All right. Option. Oh, still don't quite fit. Looks like they're a little bit thinner too. All right, I'm gonna totally cheat. Just scale the whole thing. Beauty. See, like that whistle. I feel like I had to work way too hard for that whistle. I feel like SketchUp should make that whistle sound for me.
It should just recognize when you worked hard, or
No, when I
It shouldn't
scale, when I
have to be hard to
scale,
get it.
when I use the scale command, it should just go. That's all.
gotcha.
Yeah, Matt gets it. Can you put
Like
that
that?
into a request on the forum? Just that. Put scale equals and then have it play that audio. That's all we really need.
Absolutely.
All right. Ooh, I'm liking it. I feel like now is the time where we start talking about like movies? Or
Movies?
something.
So, since it's Friday the 13th, we're doing spooky stuff. Should we talk about spooky movies?
What's your favorite scary movie?
But it does seem like Netflix is kind of leaning into scary movies right now.
Yeah, that makes sense. Has anybody seen those? What was the name of them? Is that 3-part scary movie series on?
Like Fear Street.
Yeah, that's the one.
Oh, yeah.
Anybody seen that?
Yeah, I watched them.
What'd you think?
It's fun.
Your voice really made it sound like it's probably the thing to see. Yeah.
Yeah. When I watched them.
Yeah, that was.
No,
that was
I'm not. I'm not like a big scary movie kind of person, and I don't want to come in like all like, oh, you got to see it. It's the most amazing thing. Like I would say that you should definitely go watch the What If episode from on Disney that was out this week.
I can get behind that.
Like I'll encourage you to do that if you like scary movies, and it's fun. It's a little gory. It was a fun little thing. It's 3 movies, so I really hate to tell people go watch 3 movies.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of like a show, you know.
It is
Whole
like
like
a
watch
bunch
me.
of shows.
I want to watch a whole season.
Sure.
I watched, sort of watched Quiet Place 2. Well, my wife was on the plane watching it next to me, but I didn't have headphones, so I sort of just watched it with no audio from
So it
like
seems
an
like
angle on a plane.
If there's a movie to watch with no audio, it's probably that one, though, right?
That's not too far from the truth. That is.
Yeah.
I'll give you that.
Although isn't it like entirely not dialogue based, so it's only like the sounds and the music that give you the impact.
That is true. The music does play a part in it, so that would be.
That's what I first thought too. I was like, "Oh, nice! This will be the perfect one for me to watch from over on my seat." But then, no, it wasn't because there's no. You can sort of tell what's going on, but it doesn't. You don't get the, that scary movie, screeching sound to freak you out.
You need to know when you're getting ready to be scared. You got to be prepped for the fear.
Exactly.
That's the one.
Oh, that's fair.
was a good one though. That was a good movie. Both those Quiet Places were fun.
But you definitely, as Steve pointed out, you definitely need to watch Quiet Place 1 to kind of appreciate Quiet Place 2.
Yeah, I did not see the first one.
That was
Oh.
yeah. That's a
It was
series
similar
worth
but
watching.
quieter. And that killed the crowd.
Yeah. Good job.
Hush falls over the announcer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ambiance is everything in the scary movie varietal. Lawrence points out. Good point.
Certainly is important.
Here's something for you.
That was something.
How's that for ambiance?
Spooky.
That's scary. I'm scared right now.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm shaking in my bones.
Did it. All right. I got to cut some corners here, so that corner's being cut.
I feel like now that, like, you got the word chamfer, which is all about cutting corners. I feel like that's the word to be used whenever you're taking shortcuts and trying to, like, you just sound smarter if you say, "Yeah, I'm just chamfering my my way through life."
Yeah,
I
it
think we could
sounds
make that happen.
French and distinguished.
And that's actually my middle name.
Distinguished or French?
French and distinguished.
Oh, dang. I think I respect you on a different level now.
It's really fine. It's really hard to find things that have my my initials on them. I can't have, like, monogramming things basically spells out words, so it's just weird.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
can see that. I can see that. I know
Go to
those aren't the right
souvenir
doors,
shop.
but we got doors in there. That's the important part.
You know who doesn't need doors? Ghosts.
Ghosts. Too true. Argue with it if you can. You can't. All right. So I know there's some. I'm gonna use the term hella cool, filigree stuff going on, but I'm not gonna be able to do it all. So I'm gonna make some placeholders, and then, like I said, maybe I don't know. I don't want to say we'll come back and do this next time, but maybe sometime we will make some, filigration. Is that right?
Sure. Sounds like words anyway.
Yeah, I don't think that was the right word.
Oh.
But yeah, so this has all kinds of just super, super nice, cool details in it that we just don't have time to put in right now. But
Well, it would look out of place for your LOD here.
that's true. Level of design, something different. All right, so I do want to get something in here though. Go.
A lot of good suggestions for scary movies in the chat there.
Oh, yeah?
The Nun, It Follows, The Right. I don't know if I've heard of The Right before. Have you guys?
I
Or
think so.
ITE.
Oh, that sounds slightly scarier. I thought it was going to be like a movie about politics or something, but
yeah. The Alt-Right. That's the sequel. Rings. A bunch of people just said scary movie. That's a good scary movie, I suppose. Exorcist. When I was a kid, I felt like Exorcist was like the number one scariest movie for sure.
I think that's kind of how I felt as well.
For me, it was the one with Damien with the Mark of the
The
Beast on his.
Omen.
Omen.
Yeah, The Omen. That was the beginning of scary movies for me.
You know,
Mm.
many. Okay, I didn't say many, but quite a few years back, before we had kids, or our kids were significantly smaller than they are now, my wife and I went and rented like a bunch of classic scary movies.
Like Universal monster movies, you mean?
No,
Or
not that
like-
classic.
Okay,
Like
Like
like The Omen, Rosemary's Baby.
like 70s stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. And there's something like those movies are scary on a different level. Like they're actually like scary, creepy scary, as opposed to maybe like slasher filmy kind of scary.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
never a big fan of slasher scary.
Yeah. But it was kind of cool. It was fun to go in and just get those movies where like you never, in some cases you never really see the bad thing, you know? It just
hmm
it's kind of cool.
Just like unsettling and
Yeah.
off-putting and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's weird to watch like old scary stuff now because I feel like stuff that is fairly mainstream these days is more scary than like I recently watched not long ago watched The Thing, which back whenever it was new when I was young was super scary, but now I'm like I think Stranger Things is scarier than this.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't seen The Thing, but heard that it's great.
I haven't seen the new thing. I've only seen the old thing.
Yeah.
That was a remake, right?
Yeah.
Which is also a fun family activity. Go find those movies that have been remade and watch the originals versus the remade versions. It's a good time.
hmm
Like Footloose. Not a scary movie.
Not that I haven't seen it, so the remake, so I don't know. It might have got scary. So I'm getting something representing Railings in here anyhow.
Yeah. At least
You need-
sort of deter people from falling off the top floor.
Yeah. Maybe they need to wear like a dog collar. And so then it's like one of those sort of, they get zapped when they get to where a railing would be.
An underground.
Yeah.
Oops. I probably actually shouldn't have it right there or right here. All right. Same thing up here. There is kind of a widow's walk, I think they call it, railing up here.
Yeah.
Goes all the way around. I got an idea.
Oh, I also missed a SketchUp question in the chat from earlier about can you put opacity on textures? Yes, you can do that. The idea being get the look of the arched decorations without having to model it. So yeah, you could put like a PNG texture in there with transparency to add detail without adding all the extra geometry for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's kind of where I was about to go with this thing I'm doing right here. Funny enough, funny you should ask.
Yeah, we talked about it.
That's
Now
timing.
let's see it in action.
That's right. So first thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna grab all of this. Go to my extensions, a DBO push line. Pull this up. Like that. Let's go grab. And I think I remember where it is. Fencing. Right, there we go. And I'm gonna
Sweet.
come in here, edit this. Just grab, when you edit it, you just grab one surface, texture, position, And now I'm going to move it something like that. And now go, whoops, back into paint bucket. I don't need you. Take it and put it here. It's going to line up those edges. Oi.
Oi!
Oh. And then the last thing I'll do is I will shift erase the top of each of these. So, oh yeah. Yeah, still fits with our general theme there, but it looks pretty good. I feel happy about what has happened here. I'm gonna try to turn off my reference and take a look at how this all looks.
I mean, it looks like a real thing.
Is that
No doubt
delete?
about it.
I must have undoed.
Dude.
Undoed it.
Some people in the chat were talking about this Candyman. Have you guys seen
Mm.
the Candyman remake trailer or anything like that? I haven't seen the original or the trailer for the remake, but
I have seen the original. That's pretty good.
scary one.
Yeah, it's one of those kind of creepy, borderline slashery. Not bad, not bad. I'll say.
Which
Mhm.
one?
Candyman?
Oh. Yeah.
That's where you like say his name, right,
Mm-hmm.
or whatever.
Oh, I was thinking it was like the old timey song.
Oh, the Candyman can.
Yeah.
50
Which
Cent
is also
candy
scary
shop.
for a different Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Scary for a different reason.
nice.
That worked out pretty good.
It's a good looking building.
Yeah.
Welcome,
I mean,
foolish
really-
mortals, to the haunted mansion.
Nice.
There we go.
I feel like the only thing it could make it better is trellis, but I hope someone will download the model and do that.
Yes. As always, go get it. Yeah, that's kind of.
Yeah, so Aaron will upload this to 3D Warehouse after, and then I'll put the link in the YouTube video, and it'll be on the forum too, so people can check it out, check the model out, and augment it if you wish.
That's right.
As
We'll
you
be there.
see fit.
Look at that.
Turned out pretty cool. I do kind of feel like I do want to go in and put all that filigree stuff in. It's not too hard to find pictures of what that looks like. And it is, for the most part, a lot of repeating pattern. But having said that, it'll take a while, because each of these panels basically has a bottom part, top that curls up, curls down, and then each of those panels is filled with twisting things. So very cool. But maybe that'll be. We'll get Tyson his week next week, and maybe when we come back, we'll try to just do some filigree lattice ironwork thing. I don't know. I got to find out what some terms are before we say we're going to do it.
Learn the
Yeah.
terms.
Yeah, terms first, model second. That's how we'll approach this. Cool. Well, hey, that was fun. That was hopefully worth 2 weeks of waiting, but yeah, still fun. Good
I
news
learned some
is,
stuff.
if or the big news, I guess, not good or bad, whatever, it's just news. Big, though, is that if everything goes well, next week we will be actually doing this from our studio in our building in Westminster, Colorado. So it's potentially time to move everything back into the office. So that's what we're going to shoot for next week. That next time you see us, we'll actually be talking to you from the SketchUp studio for real. So that'll be fun.
That's awesome.
Oh yeah, yeah it is. Cool. Well, hey, we'll call it at this point. I hope everybody is doing good out there. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. This was awesome. This is fun. I'm glad I'm glad we were actually able to even do it, really. But yeah, thank you guys for being here. And we will see you all sometime in the future, next week, or I don't know. That's actually the next time we'll be live, right? We don't have anything on Wednesdays anymore, but yeah, we will see you there. We will see you then. Till then, stay safe, stay sane, and have a great one.
See you guys later.
Bye.